A lot of people are going through a similar thought process when it comes to NFTs. I'm like, why in the hell would anybody pay for this image? I could copy and paste the image and have it myself. And they're just, many people dismissed it immediately, and consistently they're reminded they're wrong.
Right, which I love. I love it because we know, right? We've seen this story play out before, and when they say that, I'm like, okay, have you been to the Louvre? A lot of people still, right? That's how you make your money.
Yeah, I mean, that's, I was all about paper money and having that. But this whole premise of smart contracts and computation taking place on a blockchain just blew my mind, and that's when I realized, wow, there's so much here. We're just scratching the surface. And even people today are like, oh, is it too late to get in? It's like, it's not too late to get into the space in any capacity. Now, I'm not talking about investing. I'm talking about just learning, getting involved, working, participating, right? And investing is an entirely different realm that I will not touch at all. But what I'll tell everybody is we're in the early days.
Yeah, very, very much so. And it reminds me of, the beginning of the internet and the beginning of the web. And everybody said, this isn't going to work. People aren't going to shop online. They're going to go to the library. They're going to read books that are physical. And of course, we know how that all ended. So, you've gone on to found a company today to bring about some solutions to some problems. And so without sounding too much like a commercial, let's go ahead and just hit up on what is Scale right now.
Yeah, so Scale, I think one easy way, I'll give you two ways to access what Scale is. So the Scale network, on one hand, can make Ethereum run faster. Okay, it can do that by adding more blockchains around Ethereum. The other way to think about it is Scale is actually, if we need a world that can support billions of users, we need many, many blockchains functioning that talk to each other. Scale is a blockchain network that doesn't run one blockchain, it runs many, many, many blockchains, and actually a limitless number of those blockchains. And one thing it also does is it connects to the Ethereum network. And the Ethereum network actually helps support the Scale network. There are these intertwined entities and decentralized, decentralized networks effectively. And what it can do is it can help bring incredibly high-speed transactions, NFTs, smart contracts, and just Web3 and DeFi to billions of people.
Now, explain to me in simple terms when you say multiple blockchains, providing some sort of cushion around Ethereum. How does that work?
Okay, so I'm going to try to explain this in the most technically complicated.
Or pretend I'm a fifth grader.
I'm just kidding. I say that because I'm going to try to explain it as if in the simplest way possible, intentionally using words that are, not technical. Instead of node, I'm going to say
3 syllables is the maximum we'll have, and I need pictures with colored markers or crayons.
Yeah, and so how you can think of a blockchain network. One, many computers, okay? And a lot of people, I think, don't understand the way blockchains work. It's really simple, actually. There are a lot of computers. They all run the same software. It's a more complex term is to say it's a symmetrical database, but it's just a bunch of computers.
That is too many syllables. Symmetrical doesn't work. I liked where you were going, though. Okay.
We're going back. So all these computers run the same software. The way Ethereum works and Bitcoin works, all the computers speak together to have one kind of view of the world, okay? What Scale can do is all of these computers in the Scale network can be assigned into smaller groups, and those smaller groups have a view of their world. And so the software is still identical across the computers, but these computers get put into smaller pods. So let's say there's 100 computers, and then then they can be broken into groups of 10. And then you have 10 groups of 10 that are much faster than one group of 100, okay? And these groups of 10 can do specific jobs. Maybe one group of 10 is going to work for, the world's largest company. Another one might be a DeFi collective where there's 20 or 50 DeFi projects all plugging into it. Another group of 10 might be, a Web3 decentralized social media product. Another one might be a decentralized search engine. And so what happens is most blockchains also get slow because it's not 100 servers. There's 8,000 servers or 20,000 servers. These servers, again, are just computers that run the same software. And the more and more computers that are there, the more and more work it is to get them all aligned and lighted. I'm being slowed down by all these other big applications that are chewing up the bandwidth.
Okay, so how does this go towards helping the gas problem?
Yeah, good. So again, let's
you could finish that. You were about to say that's an amazing question, Joel. I can't believe that you're not bad. You're amazing.
That was a bad question, as in a good one.
Perfect.
That was yeah. That was really bad. We're going to do that. So if you think about gas fees, what we'll do, let's use a non-technical example. Let's think about Uber or Lyft. Let's say you have a rideshare platform. Let's say there's 100 drivers in the city of San Francisco, but there's 1,000 people that want rides. Well, there's only 100. The only way you're going to be able to determine who gets to go first is to have surge pricing. And everyone's tried to get a ride and like, dang, it's like 3 times as much as normal. And then that's what you have to pay because this pricing's surging. That's how gas fees work on Ethereum. There's only, like a certain number of these drivers. There's only a certain capacity. If more people want access at the same time, you pay more by paying more gas. It's a surge price model for and so if you think about scale all of a sudden says, hey, these 100 drivers, we just added 50,000 drivers